His channel is there as one of my channel recommendations, and I do still go and look at some of his stuff if the title interests me, if the person he's talking to interests me. Well, yeah, I will still go and look at his stuff, and sometimes I will still share it. So, like I say, no, I have not done a U-turn. I still have the same attitude towards him and what he does that I had when I first started following his channel. So you're wrong in that respect.
But at the time, that got me caught, he was calling me a troll and a robot. And then he said that I'd texted him, I think it was 60 times, but it might have even been 100 times. So I thought, well, I'll just go and have a look into that, eh? And I went and counted, and in 1 year, I'd sent him 12 texts, you see.
Yes, that's included in what is on those original 2 videos that are still on my channel. People can go and look at that for themselves and decide for themselves. So, yeah.
So, let's get things in perspective here also, eh? Right? You know what I mean? Let's get...
and in terms of me, I think I addressed this in the second video, but just to make sure and reiterate it. In terms of me calling you a troll and a robot, the robot point was because the way your original comments were coming in were very staccato, separated with lots of punctuation marks and stuff like that, where there didn't seem to need to be any. And after you explained that you were doing it via a joypad on a PlayStation, I think you said, or an Xbox or something like that, so it was like, okay, yeah, that I get the point. Yeah, it's not easy to enter text on a screen in that fashion, so it comes out looking somewhat robotic, because I was speculating on whether you were even a real person or not, or were you just a bot posting stuff. And in terms of you being a troll, as I've said in those other videos, the way you approached me initially was, I felt like you, at the time, I felt you were trolling me. So, again, I speculated, and at the time, I'm pretty certain, without like watching the video back now to refresh my memory, that I said I was not sure if you were a troll, but it felt like you were coming across as a troll. So I didn't actually call you a troll, and I didn't actually call you a robot. I was voicing my concerns and my speculations about what was actually going on within that situation.
Let's get it in perspective, right? Because, as I say, promoting, I'm not saying promoting Masons, but like saying, oh yeah, alright, no. And I like archaic symbolism, but I don't even think archaic symbolism would deny to you that he's a Mason, would he? Would he? I don't know.
I can't speak for other people and their channels and who or what they are, and you know, that's up to them to speak for themselves. In terms of the point about Masons, this is something that I want to go over at greater length, so I'll probably do it in a separate clip. But this is still the same point, that you are stereotyping and you are tarring everyone with the same brush. The people at the bottom of the pyramid don't necessarily know what's being done by the people at the top of the pyramid. And yes, as I've said many times in the past, I agree that those people who are members in that fashion, who are just happily ignorant to the stuff or naive to the stuff, are part of the problem. So they have a blame to carry as part of the problem. But the majority of them, the majority of people in that kind of level of involvement with Masonry, with Freemasonry, they're in it for their own personal gain in one way or another, or they're in it for camaraderie with, you know, they feel like they're a member of a secretive club or a fraternity kind of environment. There's many reasons why people get involved in it. Yes, that doesn't make it right, but that also means we shouldn't be trying to lynch from the lamppost anyone who is a Mason. That's not really helpful in the long run of resolving or working towards resolving the problems in the world, is it? That's just a lynch mob creating another revolutionary slaughter, a genocide.
I doubt it. You know, at least he stands on his honour there, doesn't he? See? Do you get what I mean? Do you understand what I mean?
again, you're implying that I am in some way a Mason or something like that, and I'm being dishonourable by trying to hide the fact. And again, I will repeat, if you feel you've got some evidence to prove that I am a Mason, please show it, because I'm not. I'm not a member of any society. I'm not a supporter of any of those societies. I support people, and I support ideas and concepts. I don't support this institutionalised infrastructure. That's a core part of my entire argument through everything I do. So again, if you're implying that I am a Mason and therefore I'm dishonourable because I'm hiding shit and whatever, yeah, prove it please, because I cannot prove a negative, so therefore I can't prove that I'm not. You need to prove in some way that I am.
Probably not.
Feel to understand as well, it's a lot more complicated than just Masons are bad, go and burn down the temples and stuff. If you go to a Masonic lodge, man, the vast majority of them are just fucking regular Joes that fucking want a funny handshake to try and get them on in business. They're corrupt with the money of the power, aye, and then built onto that you can have different bull crap esoteric stuff built on top of that. And Aleister Crowley, or Crowley, I don't know how you pronounce it, it's an Americanism I think, but that's the best way to explain it and the best example, man. Sorry man, talking shit.
No, you weren't. Making sense.
Well,
and what we were saying there, what Kip was saying primarily, and I was agreeing with him on, was, as I've just explained, you can't tar everyone with the same brush, you can't stereotype them all. They're all individuals, they've all got various reasons for being there, and they've all got various layers of knowledge and awareness, knowledge and awareness of what is going on within that secret society. It's not even a secret society really, is it? So, in that respect, that's what we were saying. We were not saying Masonry, Freemasonry is good. As you yourself, Crossman, have said, Kip has often attacked Masonry, and this is our argument. Yeah, I feel, I shouldn't really speak for Kip, he should speak for himself, but I feel that that is what he's trying to get across to his audience in the same fashion as I have often done. So in that respect, we are in agreement on that, therefore I was agreeing with him. It's as simple as that.
just noticed that we have archaic what was it, archaic symbols. How are you doing, archaic symbols? He's used the hangout link and joined us, so are you there, archaic?
The archaic symbolism of the YouTube channel, archaic symbolism.
Well, that's what I'm trying to find out. Hello, archaic symbolism. I'm not aware of that YouTube channel, to be honest.
If you're into occult knowledge and that kind of it, you may have been struggling with a connection or something.
Well, listen to archaic symbolism if you're the link's below for anybody and everybody that wants to join, so butter in if you want to come back, man. How, Cookie, do you know that YouTube channel, if it was indeed him?
Yes, it looked like his icon that he's been using recently, so yeah, more than likely, without checking further, it looks like it was him. He does, like I was going to say, if you're interested in the occulted knowledge, theosophical knowledge, stuff like that, very interesting stuff, and he presents it in an artistic way. So he'll often upload a piece of music with some imagery to go. He's most definitely, passing on information to you to do with a lot of, like you've often talked about, sacred geometry, symbolism, stuff like that. So if you're into that kind of topic, yeah, it's definitely worth checking his channel out, and his Google Plus page as well.
I've probably came across his stuff with just the name, and you know how it's like if you. I feel that me and subscribe to 1,000,001 YouTube channels sometimes.
Yeah.
It's hard to, like, you're watching somebody and you couldn't tell them that you can't tell their name. It's kind of like modern day music as well. I love that tune. Whose is it? What's the name of the song? I don't know. I just love the tune. Anyway, so I'll go around the room and see if there's anything in particular anybody wants.
Yeah, it seemed a bit, dodgy, all that, didn't it? I mean, I'm not saying it was dodgy, I'm just saying it seemed contrived.
Yeah, it's appropriate that you put that on the screen saying it's my opinion, because again, we're back to that. You've got nothing to prove it, nothing to back it up, not even any reasoned argument other than there's a hangout going on with people in it that you suspect or you are suspicious of in some manner, and somebody else comes into the room who you are also suspicious of. Therefore, that automatically confirms your suspicions that they're all in it together. Yeah.
For me is that he and well, yes, I think it is, and Anna's probably talking shit. No, you're not. You're talking sense. You're saying the Masons were all right.
That is not what was said. I suggest you go back and listen to it again. And as I said earlier, Kip was talking about people who are members of the Masons being stereotyped by the very problems of that institution itself. Even though those people may be completely ignorant, unaware and naive to what the Masons are, what they represent, what they're doing, and all the usual kind of bad stuff that you yourself often talk about, we cannot jump straight in and crucify every single one of them for that naivety. You yourself are ignorant and naive of things in this world. So do you want me to do the same to you because you happen to be naive and ignorant of certain things? You see how this problem escalates? I know I'm being suggestive here with what I'm saying, but I'm trying to help present why your argument is nonsensical. It's circular in just being a confirmation bias.
But I remember a previous video that I did watch of yours cooking. You was having a right go at him. So what happened there? Is that another U-turn? Hey?
No. It should be pretty apparent from all the stuff I've said and all the stuff that's on my channel and a lot of the stuff I'm often talking about in these hangouts. My opinion, my attitude on that point has not changed. Yeah, you can go all the way back through my stuff. It has not changed.
It just gets worse and worse, doesn't it? Obi-Wan.
Well, in terms of it just gets worse and worse, I don't think it is getting worse, mate, apart from the kind of problems that are created by this kind of silliness. Anyway, yeah, I've gone through that video. Probably be back with something else. This video is already added up to, I'll have to split it into two. I'll do my best to not disrupt anything that's said when I split it in two or whatever. But there's a lot more to say on this topic, so I will be back with more. This is something I feel that's very important, that needs to be addressed and people need to be aware of, so that they can see the kind of stuff that is going on in this social media sphere, that is attempting to influence them one way or another, or control them, manipulate them in the same way as the system does that we're complaining about. So when we get drawn into playing that game, we're just perpetuating what the system wants. See, the happy smiley queen face epitomises that. She's having a bloody good chuckle, while you and people like this situation are just perpetuating the conflict and argumentation so that we get nowhere.